Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are tackling a really high stakes cultural puzzle, and it is one that trips up thousands of brilliant professionals every single year. German salary negotiation. Navigating a job offer in a new country is always tricky. But in Germany, there is a very specific unwritten cultural script. If you do not know it, you might find yourself doing what so many others do, staying completely silent and simply accepting the first offer that comes across your desk, mostly because you do not want to seem ungrateful. But that silence can result in a significant financial loss. Listen to this data point. According to a recent LinkedIn survey, a staggering 73% of international professionals working in Germany never negotiate their starting salary. They simply accept the first job offer without making a single counterproposal. Think about that for a second. Nearly three-quarters of international talent enters the German corporate world and immediately surrenders its negotiating power. No questions asked. So, what does that silence actually cost? The same study found that people who negotiate their starting salaries in Germany receive an average of 4,200 euros more per year. That is 4,200 euros of real money left on the table every single year. Over the course of an entire career, that difference can become enormous. Those are the real-world consequences of not understanding the cultural rules of the game. But do not worry, because today we are going to fix that. To help you claim your true market value, we have created a clear, step-by-step roadmap for this explainer. We will cover 5 areas. Number 1, the cost of silence. Number 2, relationship currency versus evidence currency. Number 3, 3 negotiation landmines you must avoid. Number 4, the pivot playbook. And finally, number 5, the hidden compensation package. By the end of this explainer, you will know the exact German phrases and the evidence-based mindset you need to negotiate successfully. Let's dive in. Section 1, the cost of silence. We need to stop automatically accepting the first offer. That missing 4,200 euros is not necessarily caused by a lack of professional confidence. It is often the result of bringing the wrong cultural script into the room, usually because of a fear of seeming ungrateful. But here is the important thing. In Germany, a well-prepared salary negotiation is entirely normal. It can actually be seen as a sign of professionalism, not ingratitude. The key is to prepare properly and support your request with clear evidence. Section 2, relationship currency versus evidence currency. This is where the major cultural mindset shift happens. We need to understand the central cultural difference at play. Salary negotiation in a German corporate setting is not a dynamic bazaar where you begin with an absurdly high number, expect a huge amount of pushback, and eventually agree to meet somewhere in the middle. In many cultures, including India, negotiation can be an expected and dynamic performance. It can feel almost like a dance. It often relies on relationship currency, where you use implicit signals, demonstrate loyalty, and show your commitment to the company. The German standard, however, operates primarily on evidence currency. The expectation is direct, data-backed, and rational. There is no dance, and there is definitely no need for drama. You need Argumente auf der Grundlage objektiver Fakten. In English, that means arguments based on objective evidence. You cannot bring relationship currency to a bank that only accepts evidence currency. The most important concept to understand is Marktwert. Market value. Your market value is your objective financial worth based on factors such as your experience, qualifications, industry knowledge, location, and the responsibilities of the position. Listen closely. Your market value is completely separate from your private financial needs. What is particularly interesting is the hidden advantage this can offer many international professionals, especially Indian professionals. In Indian workplace culture, many professionals develop the instinct to be extremely well prepared and present a strong case for their competence. That same instinct can map perfectly onto the German expectation of evidence. Stop trying to read the room. Instead, focus on your experience, your measurable results, and reliable market data. Section 3, 3 negotiation landmines. These are the things that can instantly backfire on you. Knowing your value is only half the battle. You must also identify the traps. These are statements that might feel completely natural to you, but can seriously damage your credibility in a German corporate setting. In Germany, you should never appear desperate during a salary negotiation. To maintain your credibility, avoid these three landmines. Landmine number 1, vague salary ranges. Let's look at the cardinal sin of German salary negotiation, giving a vague range. Imagine that you sit down and say, I am looking for a salary somewhere between 70,000 and 80,000 euros. You may think that you sound polite and flexible, but the HR manager may hear only one number, 70,000 euros. Why? Because you have explicitly told the company that you are willing to do the job for 70,000 euros. A salary range can become a major negotiating advantage for the other side. It signals that you may accept the lower number. If you want 75,000 euros, ask for 75,000 euros. Say, auf Grundlage meiner Erfahrung und der marktüblichen Vergütung stelle ich mir ein Jahresbruttogehalt von 75.000 Euro vor. That means, based on my experience in the standard market compensation, I am looking for a gross annual salary of 75,000 euros. Be concrete and be prepared to justify the number. Landmine number 2, emotional appeals. Do not tell the company that you need a higher salary because you are moving to Munich, your rent is expensive, or you have a large family to support. German negotiation culture is generally rational rather than sympathetic. Your rent, your family size, and your private financial responsibilities may be extremely important to you. However, they are typically considered private matters. They do not explain the professional value you will bring to the company. Instead, connect your salary request to your experience, responsibilities, specialist knowledge, and measurable achievements. Landmine number 3, aggressive tactics. Avoid playing hardball by waving 3 other job offers in the company's face. That approach may not be perceived as powerful in Germany. German employers often view an employment contract as a long-term commitment. Threatening the company may make you look like a flight risk. It can come across as disloyal and unnecessarily aggressive, which is the opposite of the professional impression you want to create. You can mention other opportunities without using them as a threat. For example, ich befinde mich derzeit noch in weiteren Gesprächen. Diese Position interessiert mich jedoch besonders. Deshalb würde ich gerne prüfen, ob wir bei der Vergütung noch näher zusammenkommen können. That means, I am currently involved in other conversations. However, I am particularly interested in this position. Therefore, I would like to see whether we can come closer together regarding the compensation. This communicates your situation clearly without pressuring the company. Section 4, the pivot playbook. Now, let's look at the exact German phrases you can use. If we remove the vague ranges and emotional appeals, what should you actually say? You need a set of clear phrases that will help you navigate the conversation safely and confidently without appearing greedy. Here is a strong opening statement. Ich habe mich mit den marktüblichen Gehaltsstrukturen in dieser Branche beschäftigt. That means, I have researched the standard salary structures in this industry. The moment you use this sentence, you signal to the HR manager that you are operating within a framework of objective fairness. You demonstrate that you are professional, prepared, and not simply pulling a number out of thin air. From there, you can confidently use direct and professional phrases. For example, aufgrund meiner Erfahrung möchte ich gerne über das vorgesehene Gehalt sprechen. That means, based on my experience, I would like to discuss the proposed salary. You can also ask, welches Gehaltsbudget ist für diese Stelle vorgesehen? That means, what salary budget has been allocated for this position? I know that this might sound slightly blunt in English, but when expressed politely, it is an acceptable and professional question in Germany. You can also remove yourself from making a purely personal demand by referring directly to your market value. Say, auf Grundlage meiner Erfahrung und der aktuellen Marktdaten sehe ich meinen Marktwert bei etwa 75.000 Euro brutto pro Jahr. That means, based on my experience and the current market data, I see my market value at approximately 75,000 euros gross per year. This grounds your request in data. But what happens if HR gives you a firm and direct rejection? You use the magic word, Spielraum. It means room for maneuver, flexibility, or negotiating room. Ask calmly, gibt es beim Grundgehalt noch Spielraum? That means, is there still some flexibility regarding the base salary? You could also say, in welchem Umfang besteht beim angebotenen Gehalt noch Verhandlungsspielraum? That means, to what extent is there still room for negotiation regarding the offered salary? This changes the dynamic in the room. It prevents the conversation from becoming a confrontation. Instead, it turns the rejection into a calm and collaborative problem-solving exercise. If the salary cannot be changed immediately, ask, wäre nach der Probezeit eine erneute Überprüfung des Gehalts möglich? That means, would it be possible to review the salary again after the probationary period? To make the discussion more concrete, follow up with, welche konkreten Ziele müsste ich erreichen, damit wir das Gehalt nach 6 Monaten neu verhandeln können? That means, what specific goals would I need to achieve so that we can renegotiate the salary after 6 months? This brings us directly to Section 5, the hidden compensation package. We are now talking about value beyond the base salary. If HR gives you an absolute no regarding your base salary request, pivot to the alternative elements of the compensation package. A higher base salary permanently increases the company's fixed personnel costs. Other benefits may come from different budgets and may therefore be easier for the company to approve. These elements can include Bonuszahlungen, bonus payments, Weihnachtsgeld, a Christmas bonus, Urlaubsgeld, a holiday bonus, ein Weiterbildungsbudget, a professional development or training budget, eine Homeoffice-Regelung, a remote work arrangement, zusätzliche Urlaubstage, additional vacation days, and eine betriebliche Altersvorsorge. A company pension plan. These benefits are not automatically offered by every company, and not all of them will always be negotiable. However, it is worth asking which elements are available for the position. A training budget, for example, may be classified as an operational expense and could be easier for the company to approve than a permanent increase in base salary. Shifting the discussion toward these benefits can be seen by German HR as collaborative problem-solving rather than greed. When you consider your total compensation, your base salary is only one part of the package. By negotiating the complete package rather than focusing only on one number, you may be able to add considerable value to your contract. Think about it. Guaranteed work-from-home days can reduce your commuting costs and save you time. A training budget can improve your long-term career opportunities. Employer contributions to a company pension can provide additional long-term financial value. If HR cannot increase the base salary, say, falls beim Grundgehalt kein weiterer Spielraum besteht, könnten wir über andere Bestandteile des Vergütungspakets sprechen? That means, if there is no further flexibility regarding the base salary, could we discuss other elements of the compensation package? You could then ask, welche Möglichkeiten gibt es bei Bonuszahlungen, Homeoffice, Weiterbildung oder betrieblicher Altersvorsorge? That means, what options are available regarding bonus payments, remote work, professional development, or a company pension? This keeps the negotiation constructive and gives the company several ways to improve the offer. I know what you might be thinking. Executing all of this, overcoming your natural hesitation and delivering these German phrases confidently can feel intimidating. But you can create your own practice environment using artificial intelligence. Use a tool such as Claude or ChatGPT. Paste in the job description and ask the AI to help you estimate a realistic local market range. More importantly, ask the AI to create einen Gesprächsleitfaden. That means a conversation guide. Ask the AI to roleplay as a strict but professional German HR manager. This allows you to practice receiving a direct rejection and then pivoting smoothly without panicking. You can even ask the AI to check the tone and register of your German phrases. For example, use this prompt. Du bist Personalmanager in einem deutschen Unternehmen. Hilf mir bitte, eine realistische Gehaltsverhandlung für diese Position auf Deutsch zu üben. Stelle kritische Rückfragen, lehne meine erste Forderung sachlich ab und gib mir anschließend Feedback zu meinen Antworten. That means, you are an HR manager in a German company. Please help me practice a realistic salary negotiation for this position in German. Ask critical follow-up questions, reject my first request objectively, and then provide feedback on my answers. If you want a simpler starting point, use this question. Kannst du mir helfen, meine Gehaltsverhandlung auf Deutsch vorzubereiten? That means, can you help me prepare my salary negotiation in German? Asking this simple question can be one of the most valuable things you do to build your confidence before entering the negotiation room. You have the ability to change the outcome. Let's wrap this up. Replace relationship currency with evidence currency. Avoid vague salary ranges. Support your request with reliable market data. Memorize words such as Marktwert and Spielraum. These words will help you explain your position and pivot smoothly. Avoid emotional appeals and aggressive threats. And always negotiate the complete compensation package, not just the base salary. You now have an evidence-based toolkit that can help you enter the conversation and confidently represent your true Marktwert. But I want to leave you with one final question. There is one sentence that German HR managers rarely hear from international candidates. When they do hear it, it can change the direction of the negotiation. What do you think that sentence is? It might be, was müsste ich konkret mitbringen oder erreichen, damit Sie meiner Gehaltsvorstellung zustimmen können? That means, what would I specifically need to bring or achieve for you to agree to my salary expectation? This question shifts the conversation away from a simple no and towards specific criteria. Keep researching, keep practicing, and go claim your worth. Thank you for joining me in this explainer.